For all of you folks who develop in LookML, you're probably pretty excited to get your hands on this. But we don't want to leave the folks who don't develop in LookML out. And frankly, probably even if you do develop LookML, you're probably in the product as well. And we've added a whole bunch of really great new things on that front as well. I'm going to bring up Abby West, our senior product manager, to talk about those.
Everybody. So we're really excited about the things that we have for our developers on the back end, everything Nate just showed. But anyone who's tried to implement Looker in their organization or any other data tool knows that it's not just about what's on the back end. You also have to please all those other people within your organization who might be a little bit less comfortable with data. Everyone has to feel comfortable in the same tool. And that's what we think is so great about Looker. We've got kind of this layered experience where we start with that foundation, that modeling layer, but we plop in the Explore on top of that, which is this amazing space where analysts can go in and find answers in their data. And then on top of that, we layer in looks and dashboards, those polished reports where you can send them around, schedule them, share them, add new different visualizations, kind of tweak them to perfection. And when those things all come together, you find people who didn't used to enjoy looking at data or even want to look at data at all comfortable in the same space. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've done to improve those features over the last few months, and then we'll get into what we introduced in Looker 4. So first we have access control for spaces. So anyone who hasn't used this yet knows that, or may not know, that this is for deciding who is able to edit and who is able to view various pieces of content in your system, those are your looks and documents, or dashboards. And what this enables is for you to have, say, your marketing space, which your CMO might be able to edit, but you might want to still let your sales team look in there but not touch anything, ruin any of those dashboards. So you can give view permission to your sales team, edit permission to that CMO, and feel comfortable with everybody looking at the same information. We really believe that this helps build openness. That's just keeping all these things available to everyone within your company. It builds trust so that you feel confident that the things that you're looking at have not been altered by somebody who didn't actually know the data they were looking at. And it helps people feel comfortable within Looker because you can actually take away things they don't need to look at. They can just see the reports that are relevant to them. So we're really excited about access controls. We've also recently introduced document-based looks. And what this really does is make it feel a lot more comfortable for those users who are a little more afraid of the data, maybe don't understand the database structure. We've taken the field picker off the page, so users can come into those reports they know and love, and they can just maybe change a filter. You can have, a merchandiser who wants to look at how orders went over a certain time period, and they can flip around that time period without having to worry about other fields they're not interested in or don't know about. And for all of our explorers, don't worry, you can still explore from here. You can use these kind of as launching points to get back to the explore page, but save off those looks that you want to be able to come back to or share around. We've also made some visualization improvements. So we built in some mapping regions. If you have customers who are in various zip codes, those can just automatically be plotted within Looker, and you can define your own custom regions in LookML as well. We added trend lines that help you get a little bit more insight into the visualizations you've been creating. We also added some little tweaks that just help make your visualizations more customizable, add a little bit more control. So reversing values on the x-axis, for example, unpinning the y-axis from 0, which effectively zooms into higher values on your chart. And generally improving readability. We're sort of always dropping in extra tweaks to fix how those axis labels look and things like that. We also, as you saw in the video, added mobile-friendly dashboards. So what good is having all of this data that everyone's supposed to be using if your CEO, when they're walking into a meeting, can't check that dashboard on their phone before they get in there? So we changed our charts a little bit so they'd fit on the mobile screen better. We added easier filtering. It's giant size. It kind of looks like those senior flip phone telephones, if you've ever seen those. And there are mobile-friendly menus that are easier to use thumbs with. That's all the stuff we've already started to see, and I want to talk a little bit about what's completely brand new for Looker 4. First, we have dimension fill. So one of those inherent limitations of SQL that Lloyd was kind of talking about is the fact that in certain situations, you want to be able to chart information that you actually can't pull back from your database because you don't have a data point for that particular dimension. Maybe it's a date in a series of orders. And that can make graphing more difficult, and it can really make it harder to interpret the results that you have graphed. So now you can actually fill in those missing values, which allows you to do things like forecasting. And we can see here now that our trend is going to hit our goal, and we're going to hit our projected exciting goal that we have here. So this is something that you're going to be able to do both forward-looking and filling in the different points in a data set that you already have. We're also introducing multiple filtered scheduling. This one we're really excited about. This will allow you to have one single dashboard that you can use to support a reporting use case. So use that one dashboard and send it out to a bunch of different recipients, each with its own filter set on it. So we think this is going to really draw down the number of dashboards that you have stored away in spaces. It's going to clean up your environment, and it's also going to enable some use cases you may not have been able to do prior. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about on the schedules. We actually also introduced scheduling to with webhooks to FTP and S3 at unlimited result sets. So I don't have a separate slide. There we go. It's the most exciting feature. It's hidden without a slide. We also have Look image download, something that people have been asking for a very long time. This will allow you to go directly from a dashboard or when you're in a Look and download just that visualization so you can embed it in another report or PowerPoint presentation, something like that. And actually, as part of this, we also added a progress page. So when you're downloading a dashboard or downloading an image within Looker, we'll show you the steps we're going through and let you know that it's working. So there'll be no more situations where you might be stuck wondering if it's downloading at all. We're continuing to customize our charts. So we introduced this series tab, which gets rid of that key value pair you guys might remember from trying to manipulate your charts in the past. The series tab lets you select each series in the visualization, make all the changes that you want, customize all your colors, change the titles, all that kind of stuff. And we've now introduced that for our pie charts and our table visualizations as well. We're going to continue building on this to be able to add new features like coloring by measures, sizing by measures, get to that bubble chart state, be able to selectively assign series to different axes, and continue to let you make those charts that are just as expressive as your data is. We also introduced visual drilling. So now when you're on a dashboard, building on that kind of concept of the drill overlay where you used to pop up a table of data when you tried to drill into a particular data point, you're now going to be able to drill from a visualization into a visualization, which again should make those users who are a little less comfortable with working with data stay in the picture realm. They can stay looking at charts and get those insights that you're able to get from visualizations right there on the dashboard. All of this comes with an updated visual design. So we've brightened the backgrounds. We have added in some poppier colors. And we're going to continue to refine the look and feel of Looker so that it just feels really pleasant to be in for every user who's using it. So we're excited to get this into your hands. We're going to talk more about this later today and show you some more demos of what we've got going on. But that's what we're bringing to you in Looker 4.